There are always times when you need to select a particular cell in order to modify it or alter it or change it in some particular way. Now, there are several ways of doing this. The first way is to come up to this particular little dialog box and to type in the actual name of the cell. So the one thing to keep in mind about cells is that each cell is completely isolated from every cell beside it. That means that a cell is always identified by its column identifier, which is going to be an alphabetical character, or it will be its row, which is identified by a number. So the column comes first and then the row. So if I wanted, for instance, to select the, let's say, gross pay, which happens to be way over here under G4, I can actually either click on G4, and you'll notice that it actually comes up here as well. So when I have the name box here, it actually comes up, or I can just click on it. Or what I could do if I wanted name, which is A4, I could simply type in A4 and then press enter, and it would jump to A4. So there are several ways of actually selecting a particular cell. If I wanted to select a number of cells, there's several ways of doing this. The first way is to click on the cell that I want and then draw my mouse across holding the left button of the mouse. This would select this entire row. But what's interesting here is that the first cell will usually not be highlighted, but it will have that box around it. So we have this little green box around it. And that means this entire row has been selected. Anything that has been selected can be modified or changed. Now there is another approach to this as well, and that is, what if I select a cell and I'd like to have all of these cells here? Well, I can hold down the Shift key and then click on the last cell that I would like to include. So I'm going to select F14. I'm holding the Shift key down, and when I click on it, they're all selected at this point. So using the Shift key allows me to select everything in between. So since this seems to be the area I want, and I can draw my mouse down and choose any group that I'd like, but sometimes it's faster using the keyboard and the mouse in combination. Now, if I actually wanted to select only certain cells, I could click on one cell, hold down the Control key, and now I can select only the cells that I would like to select. And this is actually something that can be used to be selective in what you would like to, let's say, modify the formatting in the background or make them bold or something like that. You want to change them in some particular way. So hopefully that helps a little bit with selecting cells and also the ability to select a significant number of cells in very specific combinations.